Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia. I love all things beauty, all things makeup. If you're into that kind of thing, I think you would really enjoy my content. I hope that you will subscribe and stick around for all of my future videos. I do have a lot of new collections that are coming in. The ColourPop Hocus Pocus collection, the Charlotte Tilbury Smoky Eyes, Pat McGrath, the new Mothership Christmas palette, and the Makeup Revolution Tim Burton The Corpse Bride collection. I thought that looked really fun. So I've got a lot of new videos coming up. All of those things are actually in the mail on the way to me right now. But in today's video, we are going to be testing out the MAC Tempting Fate collection, and I cannot wait to dive in. If you're interested, then just stick around. Okay guys, so before we get started testing this new collection, I'm going to run you guys through what's on the rest of my face. I've got on the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Hydra Foundation, the Dose of Colors Concealer. I think this is the only one they have. And then I set that all down with the Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. This powder is so good. If you missed the review on the new Flower Beauty makeup, I highly recommend you checking that out. But this powder I haven't put down since then. And then I also am using this powder in just like certain areas, like on my forehead, the tops of my cheekbones, very lightly, and then on the tip of my nose. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder, and this is in the shade Starlit. But I've really been liking this powder. I think it compares to some of like the Hourglass powders. And then the bronzer that I'm using is this one from Milani. It is the Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. And then I'm wearing a classic MAC blush. Ooh. This is in the shade Desert Rose, and I love it. I think it goes with everything. If you were picking up one MAC, well, I don't know if this would be like my #1 MAC blush, but this is probably definitely top 3 MAC blushes that I own. I think it's perfect for everyone. But with all of that being said, now we can get into the fun part of the video. So I have had this collection for maybe like a week or two. This is MAC's new limited edition fall collection. It is the Tempting Fate. So I mean, I don't really get the concept too much. I know it's supposed to be like savory flavors of fall or something is how they were marketing it. I don't know. MAC always does a good job with like the limited edition collections. I don't know about the theme, but you know, it is what it is. It's got nice packaging. I ordered this from, I had to actually split my order into several different ones because this collection sold out so quickly. So some of it I got directly from MAC, and then some of it I got from, I want to say Dillard's. I think it was Dillard's. It was Dillard's or Macy's that I had to get the other part of it at. But yeah, this is the palette itself. This retails for $45. It comes with a mirror, of course, and then you've got 8 shades. Now, I was looking at these. A lot of them are like sparkler type shades, or it said like leather velvet. I don't know, but in general, I have really done well with MAC shades. So I figured I would test it out, and some of these just look so freaking pretty. So we'll do some swatches of these, but you can tell it is like that almost like gel powder formula. So I don't know, but it looks really good. And then I picked up, there were 6 lipsticks altogether. I picked up 2. I just picked up the 2 that I thought I would wear the most. So this is the packaging on those. These retail for $21. I love MAC limited edition lipsticks. So I've got a pretty big MAC collection in general, but the limited edition ones are just, there's something so special about them. So I picked up the shades Burnished Beige and On a Petal-Still. So this is the Burnished Beige shade, and this one is On a Petal-Still. So I'm gonna give you guys some swatches. So that is just like a nice, like neutrally pink shade. And then this one I just thought was kind of unique. I always like a brown, but that kind of is like an orangey brown, and I don't think that I have a shade like that, quite like that, in my collection. So I thought it could add some value to my collection that I already have. Next, we've got the MAC Strobe Face Glaze. There were 2 of these released in the US. There should have been 3. There was a shade that was called Pumpkin Spice or something like that. It was like an orangey type shade that I've only seen released in the UK. I haven't seen it in the US. These retail for $28. I got mine in Rose Gold Glow, and so this is the shade here. It's kind of like a pinky shade. The other shade that they had was like a more bronze shade, which I'm assuming is for deeper skin tones. So I did not pick that one up, but I got this, and we'll do a little swatch of this too. So I just put a tiny little dot, and you see it shears out really nice. I think it's more just gonna be like a glow, you know, a dewiness. I have another one from a summer collection. Let me grab it real quick. Let's Make Waves, which is this one here, and that's all it really does. It just makes your cheeks look like wet. So that is it there, but it's not like sticky at all. So that's what I really like about this, you know, face glaze formula in general. Before we get started on the eye look itself, I'm gonna give you guys some swatches of this palette. Looking at the top row, you have got Feast Your Eyes. That's a really lovely color. Yesterday's Gossip. That would be a great crease shade. That's a really pretty one. Golden Rage. And the last one is Midnight Stunner. There is the palette in comparison to the shades there. On the next row, we have got All That Jam. Wow. I was not expecting that one to be that metallic. Then you have What a Pair. Golden Rage. And lastly, wow, that is a nice purple. Brocade Renegade. And again, just a comparison of the palette to the actual shades, how they swatch. Okay, now it's time for the fun part, actually applying the product. So I've got you guys pulled in. I am going to focus more on like the pinky purple side of this. I just think those colors are so stunning. So I am going to go in first with this shade here, which is Yesterday's Gossip. And I love that this palette has got a mirror on it. So we are just going to put that all throughout the crease. And I think I'm just going to do one eye on camera, and then I'll catch up the other eye off. That is a super nice crease shade. I really love that shade. Here, okay. Next, I think that I'm going to go ahead and go in with this beautiful purple shade, which is Brocade Renegade. And I think I'm going to use more of like a flat natural hair brush for this. I think I might try to do like a halo type eye with this. Okay, so I'm gonna just lightly put that on the inner corner, and then I'm gonna kind of connect these two sides right here. And I'm gonna build up the shade on the outer corner. A little bit more on the inner corner, just whatever's left on my brush. And again, just kind of brushing those two together. I really love that purple shade. Even just that purple, like all over your lid, blended into the crease, I think would be so pretty. Now with my finger, I'm gonna take this shiny pink shade here. This is Midnight Stunner, and it is stunning. And I'm just gonna put that in that middle space. And these colors go so well together. I also really love this green in this palette, as well as that shade there, all that jam. I think this one swatched the best out of all of them. But I had just, when I saw this, I knew the first thing that I wanted to do was a purple look. So that's super easy right there. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little pencil type brush, and I'm going to go into that Brocade Renegade, that purple. And I'm just going to get this as close as I can to the lash line. And I'm going to go over this one more time. So pretty. Okay, then with that same brush, I'm going to go into that crease shade that we went into first, and I'm going to go along these edges. Such a pretty, simple eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, do my mascara, and then we'll be back to finish up the rest of the look. Okay, so I just curled my lashes and put on a little bit of the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. One of my favorite mascaras ever, and I really, really like this look. I love these purple tones. It is just like chef's kiss in my opinion. I do want to do one more thing with this palette. I'm going to use Feast Your Eyes, which is this shade here, and I'm going to put that on our inner corner. So this is a sparkler shade, so I'm just going to kind of tap that off, and I want to see how this looks right in the inner tear duct. You can see from one to the other, it just kind of adds a little something something. Literally, I'm using like the tiniest amount, just barely tapping into that. And that's it. So, I really, really like this palette. Everything swatched amazing. Eye look was super easy to create. So this is a major hit. I'm gonna go ahead and now we're gonna move into like the scary part for me, which is the Strobe Face Glaze Illuminator. So let's go ahead and try this out. And I think I'm just gonna kind of focus it like right up in here. So I'm gonna use a very tiny amount, just a tiny little dot. And we'll see how this goes. Now, it does have that like colored base, which is what was concerning to me, but I really think it's just, I mean, you can tell it's just shearing out. Do we see a difference? It's a little bit dewier, I would say. Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks like wet. Okay. I'm going to put a tiny bit more on my hand. I'm going to go a little bit more heavy on this side. You can see that color initially, but then like as you tap it out, it just goes away essentially. I don't know if this would really be worth it, you know what I mean? Maybe if you're just looking for, it's kind of like a skin gloss, really, is how I would describe this, because it really doesn't have much color at all. It is just going to make, like when you turn your face, it just looks like wet, dewy, which, you know, is very youthful. And I'm just gonna kind of bring this up just a little bit, just how I would like a normal highlight right there. But yeah, I mean, even like on my, where I had the product, you can see like, can't really see anything, right? And then the light hits it and it's just reflective and it just looks wet, but it's not sticky at all, which I appreciate, because somebody that has long hair, you know, you don't want something sticky on your face where your hair is gonna stick to it. This is just, it's okay in my opinion. It's definitely not like a must-have from the collection so far that I've picked up, but I mean, I do enjoy it. It's nice. It's something to play with. I don't think it's really necessarily needed, if that makes sense. This is just like something like if you want to be extra dewy. That's what this is for. Okay, now we can move on to the lip colors. And I think, let's see which one we're going to use today. I really, really love this color with like the green or the gold or that bronzy shade. This color would look so good. But for our look today, I think I'm going to go with this one here, which is on a petal-still. And I think I'm just going to use my little Nude Illusion lip liner from Model Co. Again, this is like one of my all-time favorite products in my collection. And for as much as I use it, I'm really surprised that it's only down that much. If they ever discontinue this, I will be so sad. I should probably look into that, if it's even still available now, because I've had this forever. And when I run out, I want to be able to get another one. Okay. So I'm just outlining my lips. I don't overline them at all. Now we're going to go in with the lip product. And I should also mention, this one that we're using today is an amplified cream, and the Burnished Beige is as well. One of my favorite MAC formulas. And that is the color. So, I don't really like this lip color with this look, but out of the two we have, I think it goes the best. I really do like this lip color in general. Like, if I didn't have on this eye look, I do think this lip color is very pretty. So, with the MAC lip colors, there's really not too much to say. I think they make a shade for everybody. Their formulas are fantastic. The quality is fantastic. They're timeless. If you were going to invest in something in MAC, I would say the lip products are a no-brainer, followed by the blushes and then the eyeshadows, of course. So overall thoughts of the collection, I think that this collection is a hit. I come into this a little bit biased because I love MAC in general. I haven't had a lot of products that have given me any issues. You know, there are definitely some that I like more than others. Now that I'm looking at this Illuminator, it really does look kind of nice. But out of everything in the collection, I would say this is the least needed, you know, that I had tried. Lipsticks, I love MAC lipsticks. That is no surprise there. And then the palette, I mean, you saw how quick and how easy this was, and it just looks, I mean, in my opinion, it looks, it's purple, but it is wearable purple, and I think that MAC does colors very well in a very wearable, like everyday consumer type of a way. So I love this palette. It's little. I like concise palettes because I think it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for the consumer. It just makes putting looks together a whole lot easier whenever it is a, you know, curated set of colors rather than like a 25 pan eyeshadow palette that like Morphe produces. So great quality. The palette is actually like a little bit textured itself too. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but very nice quality, heavy. I think you would be fine to travel with this. Now, having said that, there were a few things in the collection I didn't try. There were 3 different eye pencils. Those retail for $21 each. There was a MAC Fix Plus setting spray that had like some golden shimmer in it. I didn't pick that up. That was $32. And then there was a 224 eyeshadow brush that was $35. So out of everything that I picked up, I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to keep using this stuff. And if you guys are interested in seeing some looks with like these 2 shades, let me know, because those are just beautiful as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.